Well, hello everyone. I am Matt Williamson. How's everyone doing to end this week? Crazy busy free agent week. Not insanely busy for the Steelers, but they did add a safety since we last talked. DeShon Elliott. I like the move. Real solid player. Good price. Fits what they're looking for. I don't think they wanted to get too deep in investing in safeties. I mean, he's their third, and Minka's obviously expensive. Veteran safety. I'm not even including Killebrew, who's really, they also brought back. Just throw that out there. But let me tell you about Elliott. He's almost 27 years old. Ravens drafted him. For most of his career, he's been more of a free safety than a strong. So last year for the Dolphins, he played 926 snaps. Reliable, good player. But 574 of those 926 were as a free safety, compared to 236 snaps in the box, as well as just under 100 as a slot player. All these guys get asked to align in the slot. I don't think you want him playing Wes Welkers in the slot, but bigger, tight end types, Ingrams, Njokus. I think it'd be fine with that. I do think it's nice that he is free safety, experienced and capable. I think he's more of a strong for the Steelers, though. I think he's closer to Edmonds than he is Minka, just in terms of usage. He's a very good run defender. He's an excellent tackler, and he brings a little thump with him, too. He enjoys it. He's got long arms. He's physical. He takes on blocks well. I would say he has okay speed. I mean, his time speed was just under a 4.6 at the combine. But he's a pretty good strider. Doesn't waste a lot of motion. I just don't think you want him running, man for man downfield when the play breaks down with a true receiver. But again, he's played a lot of free. I think it's a good move. I mean, it's not a move the needle, woohoo, great move, but I think it's a good spot for where they were at the position. And all in all, I think they're probably done at safety. I mean, I'd like to get in touch with Rowe as well. I kind of forgot about him. Bring him to camp at least. So, of course, you might take one maybe at the end of the draft because guys are good special teamers. But I tend to think that they're probably done at safety after signing Elliott, which the move, again, I'm fond of. I think it's a solid, low-risk move for a quality, versatile defender that'll play a lot. BetOnline continues to be your number one source for all your basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. With up-to-the-minute odds, stats, and trends, you can follow your favorite team's path to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime your desktop or your mobile devices. Head to BetOnline today to become part of the team, and remember to use promo code BLEAV, B-L-E-A-V, for a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here. So a little other news. They brought back Montravius Adams. Good. I've been talking about this over and over and over on these podcasts. I would have liked to have brought Watts back as well, but that ship sailed. He is a Patriot. But Adams had a very good year. I don't think he's just a stay-at-home plug, slug type, nose tackle that eats up double teams. But he is powerful, moves well. I thought he was a very nice addition. I don't think they're done at D-line. They could be, but I don't think they're done at D-line. But I think they're done with nose tackle types, with Benton and Adams being your noses. I think you're looking for more of the 6'5" long arm type probably in the draft if you keep going, if you add to that room. So again, much like the Elliott move, doesn't move the needle dramatically, but they're going to play quite a bit. I think Adams was a quality player last year, to say the least. I mean, he was more than that, to be honest with you. So I was very happy to see him come back as well. A couple other little news. Keenan Allen gets traded to the Bears. Kind of thought when that went through, why not the Steelers? I'm not being critical. I mean, he's expensive. He's old, but he wasn't all that expensive in terms of trade compensation. It was a 4th rounder. Steelers have 2 of those. Slot, tough, leader, all those good things. But in the end, the wide receiver market is getting hit very hard all of a sudden since we talked just, a day ago, basically. I know a lot of people are clamoring for Tyler Boyd. I'm okay with it, but I don't love it by any stretch. Renfro's out there, would be a very similar player to Boyd. I think he's a better separator at this stage of his career, although we haven't seen a lot from him. And I keep harping on Mike Williams. I mean, I don't know what his injury situation is. He has plenty of them over the years. But boy, you could put those 2 towers on the outside. I think that would be phenomenal for this offense. But something has to happen, and has to happen pretty soon at wide receiver. Hopefully by the time we talk again, at the end of the weekend or whatever, they have added somebody. I'm hoping for Williams. I have a feeling it's going to be Boyd. Yeah, that's all right. But wide receiver market is moving around. Marquise Brown went to the Chiefs. Some things have happened. Last nugget, and this isn't a big deal, but just kind of goes to show the Pickett quarterback class that everyone was very down on. It's kind of coming to fruition that way. I mean, Malik Willis is going to be fighting for his life now to make the Titans roster after Levis and then Mason Rudolph. And then strangely on the same day, Ritter gets traded. Howe gets traded. Both these guys are former. And why I brought it up is not because necessarily it's Kenny's class and that class stinks. I mean, that's nothing really to do with Pickett. But Howe and Ritter were both starters a year ago, and there's going to be new quarterbacks in Washington and Atlanta. I mean, Cousins and Washington's going to draft a guy. So do you just not want that guy in the building? Like, hey, we all know you weren't good enough. You're still young. Or you just ship you out. And I don't think that's the case with Kenny. I really don't. But I did find it noteworthy that 2 guys he was being compared to coming out that went after him, obviously, in the draft, and frankly, I don't think are as good as Pickett, both got traded on the same day after being starters up until this point, more or less. Just want to throw that out there. Again, it really doesn't have anything to do with Pickett, but I just found that sort of interesting. That is a wrap. Hopefully a couple more little transactions coming by for the Steelers. Center, there isn't really much to pick from. Wide receiver, we laid out. Those are the 2 I'm really keeping an eye on, but I don't really have great answers for you at the moment. But don't forget, many opportunities will present themselves between now and opening day kickoff, by the way. They don't have to play today. All right, take care. Everyone have a great weekend.